what are the elements that characterize the true meaning of the word music? The creation, performance, significance, and even the definition of the word music vary according to culture and social content. Be it rock, pop, hip-hop, jazz, blues, or heavy metal, it has always molded itself to cater us. Our search for a few answers led us to two such people who virtually live on beats per minute. A drummer from the United Kingdom and a percussionist from the heart of the United States of West Bengal, Lockett and Bickram Ghosh. When you resume boasts of shows and performances with greats like Robert Plant, Jeff Beck, Vikku Vinayakram, Ustad Zakir Hussain, Ronan Keating, Vanessa Mae, David Arnold, A.R. Rahman and many others, you know your craft well. As one of the most versatile and prolific percussionists in the world, Pete is known for his remarkable ability to blend the traditional with the modern.
A lot of the artists I've worked with has been in the studio. So, you know, it's like any session. It's like today, you know, we come in, we're working, you know, Bickram and myself, and you know, there's guys around, and you know, sort of do certain things. And I mean, we weren't doing any overdubs on this material, but it's no different. You know, when you meet a lot of these, you know, what celebrity musicians such as Robert Plant and Peter Gabriel and Jeff Beck, you know, they're just normal people like you and I. You know, it's just they happen to be sort of you know, elevated to enormous fame. You know, when you work with them, it's the same. Well, that would sound good on that track. Well, what about that? What about that? You know, what about this shaker or that drum, or you know, this might or might not work. And you know, it's normal, really.
And in Bickram Ghosh, he found an able partner. And what followed was simply what you should expect when you put two percussionists in a studio and let them run riot. Born into a legendary family of musicians, Bickram Ghosh's formative years were spent training under his father, the illustrious tabla maestro Shankar Ghosh. Bickram is one of the few Indian artists who regularly perform with the greatest names in Indian classical music such as Ravi Shankar, Ali Akbar Khan, Amjad Ali Khan from the North Indian tradition, and with greats like Bala Murali Krishna, Kadri Gopalnath, T.N. Krishnan, Karaikodi Mani from the South Indian tradition.
It's been a very interesting journey because I come from a very Indian classical music family. With my father, Pandit Shankar Ghosh, is a great maestro. Mother, Sanjukta Ghosh, is a vocalist, and I always had interestingly had a juxtaposition happening musically or culturally in my upbringing. In the first part, when I was in school, I was playing a lot of. We had a band in school called the Satellites, and I was the drummer. I was playing congas and stuff. And after that, I would go directly from school to Bade Ghulam Ali Khan Sahib's house. Munawar Khan Sahib, a great singer, was my mother's teacher. So I used to go and play with them to the great khayals and tumris. So this juxtaposition kind of has led me to a lot of work currently, which I'm doing, and has led me also to enjoy collaborative work, has inspired me to check out a variety of music.
Bickram's also had a list of illustrious venues and concerts to back him up. A 10-year career with shows at the Royal Albert Hall, London, the Kennedy Center, Washington, D.C., the Palais des Beaux-Arts, Carnegie Hall, and many others.
I worked with Pandit Ravi Shankar in The Chants of India, the famous album, which was recorded in George's house and produced by George. And that was when we first met him and saw him from close, and over a period of 10 days in his house. And thereafter, George used to come every year to the Barbican Center concert with Panditji, where I used to play. And we shared a kind of a bond as musicians, I guess. And later on, I think it was probably the late 90s or very early, just before George died, he recorded an album called Brainwashed, which was posthumously released. And he called me, I remember, saying that, Bickram, I'm doing this album, you want to come and play with me? So it was absolutely a fantastic opportunity. I went and I played with him on the title track, spent the day with him, talked about everything from Indian classical music to John Lennon. So yes, it was a relationship that I definitely cherished, and a musical friendship which was very, very special.
A similar stretch of careers and similar tastes led to a collaboration which has lasted many years. Pete and Bickram work their twin percussion magic, and it's pretty easy to see why they like working together. Defining the true meaning of the word fusion, Pete on one hand uses ethnic world instruments, Bickram on the other hand lets his tabla do the talking for him. Though from two different parts of the world, both the artists seem to be sharing a unique bond.
Well, Pete and I share a fantastic chemistry, which I think is the reason that we have been working together. We've been doing lots of shows together, some big shows in all the cities, in Delhi, Bombay, in Chennai, in Kolkata. But the two big projects which are on are Sunev and Repercussion.
Working with Bickram is really interesting because besides it's a lot of fun, it's an amazing challenge and there are lots of elements to it. But there are certain things that happen where, we'll just be, improvising and we'll change at the same time into something completely different for no apparent reason. And it's a very common thing when we're playing together, and it's a special thing,
Together they go to any extent to shift rhythm into an overdrive, virtually using every part of their bodies to create what they call beats. Apart from the title of a multi-percussionist, Pete also crowns a good position in the world of drummers. His usual tendency to fuse Indian styles reflects even in his spectacular drumming.
The deepest of all the percussion traditions that I've looked at, I mean, it's so immense, the amount of rhythmic development there's been over the centuries within the Indian subcontinent, certainly more than anywhere else in the world for me as a percussionist. And, it's just such a rich reservoir of rhythmic information.
Pete's recent ventures includes a special appearance on a couple of tracks of a Delhi-based band, Bandish. We caught the band and the artist while recording. Of what a multi-percussionist has, an ability to play with almost anybody and create almost anything. So what exactly is Pete Lockett doing with Bandish?
Needs no introduction, but still, this is Mr. Pete Lockett, and he is featuring on our title song, titled Bandish. And this entire song is about, breaking away from the kind of captivity one feels within. So it's about coming out and just doing what you want to, and just leave all your constraints behind and break out, live your life. And I think Pete needed to be told what the song means. He'll tell you how it sounds.
Well, it's interesting that that's what it's about, because in effect what we've been doing in the studio is breaking it down and approaching things in a different way, like when we chopped the conical up and modulated it and moved it by.
Complete new sound, new look.
Yeah.
So all you rhythm buffs out there, lend your ears to us as we leave you in a trance state where two beat masters continue to clash.